Drop recipes are for pussies. You gotta craft them like a real man. Go something like this. And that's it. Pretty easy. Oh, I forgot ammo. Okay, installing the Datapack is pretty simple. You just want to download the resource pack and the Datapack, and crafting, if you want that, that's optional. And first you want to go to your resource pack folder and drop in the resource pack. Activate that. And then you want to create a new world. Let's just call it gun test. And you want to allow cheats unless you want crafting without being able to configure the game. So if you want a purely vanilla experience, you can leave this off. Otherwise, I would recommend you turn this on. And you go to Datapacks, drop in these two, and you need to activate the guns pack first and then the crafting pack. The order is very important. If you do the crafting pack first, it's going to throw an error and it's not going to be happy. And then you want to create a new world. And that's it. So I have the manual with all the information. And if I open my advancements tab, you can see all the recipes that are available. Back to the rest of the video. You're going to see these two books. There's a gun catalog and a gun manual in your inventory. If you installed crafting, then you're only going to see the manual. And if you want a catalog but don't have one, you can always do function give and the catalog. To use a catalog, you just open it and find whatever gun you want to use. And that's it. Alright, to use the gun, it's pretty simple. Use sneak to aim down sights, like that. And then right click to shoot. And then you can press Q to reload, and Q again to cancel. So let's just finish that reload. And then you can press double tap Q to switch your fire modes. So I switch to single, and then I go back to auto, and switch back to semi-auto. Now onto what you're really here for, features. I'm going to first go over the gun pack features, and then I'm going to go over the crafting features. So for the gun pack, we got 5 new guns. We have the M4, which is basically what the M16 used to be. And yeah, full auto and semi-auto. And then the M16 is now burst fire. So it has a 3-round burst. Next, we have the G3. This is a similar rifle to the FAL, high damage, lower fire rate, and of course there are attachments for all of these. No need to go over them all, but if you want to go sniping, you can. And then we have the RPK, which is the first LMG, 75 rounds, just blast your enemies away, you know? Okay. And finally, we have the 2 Glocks, the Glock 17 and Glock 18. Glock 17 is just a semi-auto only variant of the Glock Glock 18, or rather the Glock 18 is a full auto variant of the Glock 17. And here we have the Glock 18 with a little bit more ammo and this full auto mean machine business. Honestly, I think it's not very practical, but to each their own, I guess. We also have a complete retexture of all the other guns, mainly because I wanted to move over from Minecraft textures to custom textures. Now that I have the time though, I guess I'll mention that I did redo a lot of the sights as well. So if you had any sights that you didn't like before, there's a good chance that I fixed them. Guns like the MP5, the M16, and the AK SVD and things like that, all their sights have been updated to look nicer and work how they should. In the process, I have custom reticles. So here we have the Hollow, the Cobra, the ACOG, the Mark IV, the PSO1, and the PU scope. Mechanics wise, we finally have headshot damage and armor support. I won't go into full detail, but the gist is the new damage with half armor is equivalent to the old damage across the board. And armor also works on mobs, which is nice. As for headshots, headshots do a little bit more than double damage, and headshots only apply to players because I can't really program the heads of all mobs easily. There are also a bunch of other changes under the hood, but you probably won't notice. Okay, now on to crafting. Crafting is pretty simple. I tried to make it as seamless as possible. Basically, you get a smithing table, and you put a heavy plate on top, and it becomes a smithing table. And to use a smithing table, you simply put in the recipe that you found in the recipe book here. In this case, I'm going to be making the chisel, and you just place it in that pattern and wait a little bit, and it's going to craft with a sound. You can also do stacked crafting. So for example, I want to make a primer right here out of blaze powder. Then I would put it in the smithing table, and you can see that it properly calculates the stack. And finally, to make the guns, you need to find blueprints around your world. These auto-generate in most chests, in addition to normal loot. And you have 4 tiers of gun blueprints. You have common, rare, epic, and legendary, and then you have optics blueprints. And to actually convert them into gun blueprints, you just put them in the smithing table, and it'll randomly select a gun of that tier that you can craft. And these are not consumable. You can use them as many times as you want after you get the blueprint. For advancements, there's an entire advancement tree. Once you get iron, this will be unlocked, and you will be able to see all the different advancements you can get, like headshot, long man. There's killing mobs, killing players, shooting bullets, doing stuff with blueprints, and of course crafting your guns and things. And there's also a hidden advancement. I'm going to see if any of you guys can find it. Please don't cheat by looking at the datapack itself. But that one's a little bit fun too. And one last crafting feature, you can reload empty magazines without going to a smithing table. You can see here's an empty AK mag, 0 capacity, and I have a bunch of intermediate rounds. What I do is I put the mag in my left hand and then hold the round I want to put in the magazine, and it's going to start filling it up. Of course, this is slower than using the smithing table, so when you can, use the smithing table to fill your magazines. Okay, the process for shotguns and other guns with individual bullets is similar. you first need to put the gun in your left hand and hold a single bullet, and it will be converted to the ammo that you need. And then you put that ammo in your left hand and you can increase the stack by holding it like this. The full feature list is actually pretty long. I'm just gonna put it on the screen. I'm gonna go over them in detail in the advanced guide. There are a lot of new developer features that make it a lot easier to develop maps for these guns. So look forward to that. Aside from that, that's all from me. Download link will be in the description. It's gonna have the gun data pack, the crafting data pack, and the resource pack. And yeah, that's all. See you guys.